All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So what I'm going to talk about today is embracing your strength. But before I forget, I have my little dog with me. He's been having a hard month, so you may hear some coughing in the backdrop. I'm sorry, but he needs to stay close to me right now or else he gets upset. So I'm sorry if the audio is not perfect. Sometimes you're going to hear maybe a little bit of coughing or him snoring maybe in the backdrop, but forgive me for that. But what I want to talk about today really is people's strength. Their, their how strong they really are. Now, a lot of guys I run across do not realize how strong they are or how strong they can become. And, it's not just, when I say strong, I think a lot of times people think like you got to go to a gym and be a bodybuilder or a power lifter. I get it. That's kind of was my thing. But I also want to talk about a lot of men, becoming strong at other things physically. It doesn't even have to be weights. It could be certain things you do that you may at work, let's say, have, start a new job and you're just not that. It's physical labor, let's say, and you're just not that strong at it. But a lot of times as time goes on, you're going to develop a lot of strength that you don't even realize right now. That can even go if you're a server a lot of times. I don't care if you're a painter, maybe in construction or all these things. People really underestimate how strong they can be or how strong they are right now. I try to help a lot of men with their confidence. And one of the things that comes up a lot is them saying they feel weak. They feel like, like just a lot of, like people look at them a certain way. They don't feel as strong. They don't have a certain type of physique that they think a lot of other women may desire. They don't have the, maybe the build, the height, all these different types of things. I get it. I think for the most part, everyone has insecurities regarding certain things. I was always a runt, but I was strong. So I always kind of was the strongest little guy. But I did have a little guy that I once hung out with, a little Filipino guy, and when we'd go weightlifting, he couldn't even lift the bar. And I'm sitting here, and we're almost the same weight. And say, for instance, he can't lift 45 pounds. This is when we were kids, though, like we're freshmen, and I'm bench pressing, 50 pounds over my weight. Well, I mean, you want to talk about a difference in strength. I'm not saying that to toot my own horn, but I used to tell him, man, you can get bigger and stronger. And I just always remember him, and I want to tell a lot of people out there, regardless if you're a man or woman, also embrace your strength and your power. Now, I'm not going to get into mental strength. That's a whole different thing, but enjoy the strength you have now and build off of that. A lot of people just think they're weak, and they almost make themselves weaker instead of stronger. All right, we want to embrace what we have now, regardless what situation you are in your life. I know you may be sick right now, and if you have health conditions and all that, and you feel very weak, that's a whole different thing. I wish you nothing but the best. But even if you're not feeling good, or you're in a certain time or a certain place in your life where you just feel deflated and weak and tired and fatigued, we got to start learning how to take the strength we have now and build on it. Because the last thing we want to do throughout our life is get weaker and weaker and weaker. Now, it's going to happen naturally. I always say a lot of times, we are deteriorating no matter how you look at it. Like my strength right now compared to when I was younger in lifting weights, I'm probably about 60% less strong. I'm 60% weaker. But that's because I was obsessed with lifting weights and lifting a lot of heavy weights. But that does not mean by any means right now I'm not strong. I may not be as strong as lifting certain movements. But what's interesting about me is now that I'm in my 50s, I have way better endurance than I had even in my 30s and 40s. I shouldn't say 40s. I should say late 20s and most of my 30s because I was very heavy. And there's also, I am going to wrap it up with this. I don't want to get super long on these. There's different types of strengths, okay? You got to understand that you may not be the dude who can lift a ton of weight, okay? But you may have the strength or the power to go run 10 miles that somebody else doesn't have. Again, if I went against a guy who's a construction worker, can I go work with him for 10 hours a day? He would destroy me probably. And say the construction guy came to the gym with me, I'd probably destroy him. There's different types of strength and power, all right? You got to think about those things. You may be a lot And I'm sure if I met you, a lot stronger than you think. It's more than just about weightlifting. It's not just about sports even. It's all these different types of things that we do physically. You may be shocked how much stronger you are than other people. Even if you walk. I think people even underestimate, say, servers or people in retail. You may be like, I'm this skinny little person, I got no muscle mass or whatever, but you walk for, I don't even know, 20 miles a day. What the hell do I know? Your legs are strong. I'm telling you right now, start with that. And if you want to start with that and then say, you know what, I do want to get a little stronger, or I can build off of this, then go figure out what you like to do to build that strength in the area you want to build it in. Because if I like weightlifting, but say I'm a surfer. How's weightlifting going to work for me? It's not. I'm going to go do legs. Say you're a surfer, you go work out your legs, then you jump on a surfboard and you're sore, you're going to fall and get killed. So you want to build up strength for what you want to do. And if that's surfing, then we go surf and we build up that strength to go do that. So I just want to do a podcast on this because I just think a lot of people so underestimate how strong they can be and how a lot of times we kind of start programming ourselves thinking we're a lot, like I said earlier, we're a lot tighter than we are. We're a lot more fatigued. And we do get that way. But you'll be amazed if you maybe lose some weight or start doing some type of exercise or just doing things you love and building strength in those areas. It doesn't always have to be fitness either. Okay? I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up. I'm at richcelenza.com. My program where I try to help men master their self-confidence, which I talk a lot about this in there, is masteringselfconfidence.com. I help men with also wardrobe, hygiene, fitness, and things in that nature. So take care, and I wish you nothing but the best.